Hi, I'm Bill Spiegel, Crops Editor at Successful Farming Magazine and Agriculture.com, with this week's question of the week for our friends at Xtreme Ag. And the question is, how will your machinery fleet be changing for the growing season ahead?
Late summer, we purchased a 1990 John Deere air drill, and we used it to drill our wheat. We decided that we really liked it. So on December 9th, we actually planted some beans with it just to see what would happen. We've also been drilling on some fertilizer rather than broadcasting it. We really don't like to broadcast. And we're going to use this drill next spring to drill on some ESN, some encapsulated urea, in some research fields where we're going to have mostly planter applied nitrogen, maybe 60% from the planter, 40% from the ESN in the drill. We're excited about that. We're trying to balance the soil, put more energy in the soil instead of just going 100% with anhydrous. On the planter I'm standing by right here will be the first planter. We're going to install a new closing wheel system and a new 2x2 system that we've come in contact with. We're excited about that. And the third thing we're doing, we run 3 combines, and we're going to trade 1 combine in for a new one. So not a lot going on, but a combine obviously is a significant investment.
Talking about our equipment, our lease run out on our John Deere sprayers. We was running 4038Rs, really good sprayers, but we wanted an all-wheel steer machine to fit our smaller fields and have less tracks. And we also wanted the ability to put fungicide out to get in these taller crops, and we use so much fungicide in the River Valley. So it gave us opportunity this summer. We purchased a used Haggie so we could see if that's what we liked. We really did like that machine. It's a very good machine. So we're talking with our Deere dealer now about getting an additional Haggie, or we may go with the New Holland style. We're not really sure on that. We'll look at the money and see who's got the best options, lease or however we choose to do that. Or we may just get a late model used machine. There's some really good ones out there. But our sprayers are very important. They can't be broke down, so we got to have something really dependable. Combine-wise, we had tremendous trouble out of our 680s this time. The DEF system on it was just a nightmare. Lost 15 days of harvest, and we had a flood, and it got some of our corn, and had that machine ran and not been broke down those 15 days, we would have got the crop out before the flood. So we got a tough decision to make there. We got to find out what options is best for us and move forward. We don't, we like the John Deere, but we just can't afford to spend that much money on combines and it not be dependable. So they did an awesome job working hard trying to get us going every time. No denying that. But the fact is, you spend that kind of money on equipment, it's got to run, and these emissions electronics is really giving us a fit. So we're going to see how it works out, see how the crop prices continue to improve, and kind of go from there. Interest rates are good at this time, so we got some decisions to make, but we're not going to be spending much. If we ain't absolutely got to have it, we will not be spending any money to do any upgrades or anything. We're going to try to take advantage of these better times and get some debt paid off.
Hey everybody, it's Lee Lubbers from South Dakota. We were recently asked, how are you going to be making changes in your machinery fleet for the upcoming season? And actually be very minimal for new purchases. We are updating our VT, our vertical tillage machine. Actually ran that 8 seasons, it's been an incredible machine for us. We run that very lightly on wheat stubble and on a few corn stalks and bottoms. That's the only piece that's actually going to get updated this season, or for the upcoming season. Everything else is going to go to the shop, very extensive on preventive maintenance. We'll take our time, strip everything down. Air seeders have actually already been through those. Planters will be coming up mid to late January. We'll strip everything right down to the bare row unit, spend a lot of time, take our time, do it right. Tractors will go to the shop. Change all fluids, filters, wash and wax in the spring, got to make them shiny. And sprayers will probably go to the local John Deere dealer and get an extra set of eyes on those with their head tech and make sure everything's ready after we've checked them out. but really not looking at updating anything. Our equipment is all in very good shape, and we don't mind putting some hours on it. We always trade for low cost per hour, cost per acre. That's what drives us. We never trade anything to avoid income tax. Kind of have the philosophy, don't want to spend $3 or $5 to save one. If it's something we need, yeah, we go shop around, we find the deal, work with a few dealers and get the deal done, and we get our pieces updated. But if we don't have to, we're not going to. Our tractors are very good shape, so we're going to keep running those. Combine, we just keep it up and run it through the shops. Been doing a great job. Air seeders are probably 2 years out from trading, and planters may be longer than that. So that's kind of our plan on machinery here, just a good old-fashioned preventive maintenance program and a little bit of wax.
In most years, I would tell you that our equipment will probably stay the same, but after the hurricanes we had this year, we've seen that we thought we were getting our crops out, getting our crops in early and getting our crops out early, but we've seen with this type of weather that we could have probably more than paid for some additional equipment this year. So we also seen that we can plant our beans earlier. So we're going to at least add one planter. We're running 5 row crop planters now. We'll probably add one planter to that, and to try to get beans and corn planted more at the same time. And then we'll also probably add another harvest machine to make sure we get it all out at the same time. Since we're going to be planting it at the same time, it'll be coming off at the same time. So mainly the planting and the harvesting to get things in early and out early are our main concerns, and that will probably be what we change, if anything, for this year.
So how's my equipment list going to change? What am I going to change from this year to next year? I hope I get some stuff that runs better. 2020 was pretty rough on us. We had one combine catch on fire, one combine that we dealt with numerous death issues on. I mean, it's a 13 model combine, and I mean, it probably cost us 700 acres through the course of the year. Maybe we got it figured out and it's back running good again, but it definitely hurt us. What we're going to change, we're probably going to take we run 2 16-row planters. We may go to one high-speed, run 2 16-row high-speed planters, and we may go to one high-speed 24 for corn and one high-speed 16 for soybeans. And we may go that route, try to plant all the corn with one planter, and then where we can plant corn and soybeans closer to the same time. That's one thing we're going to try to change. The next thing we may try to change, we may try to make some improvements on irrigation. As far as moving from diesel engines back to more electricity, it's just easier to maintain, takes less gas. And it gets, as far as it's from a conservation standpoint, I just don't like anything dealing with motor oil or fuel anywhere around a water source. Just maybe can head off a problem in the future, with an oil leak or a motor blowing up or something like that. So that's a couple things that we're going to change, or looking forward to changing, or trying to head down the road of changing for 2021. So y'all stay tuned. We'll figure out what worked, what didn't.
We did buy a vertical tillage tool to just kind of help with some stalk degradation in the fall and some fields that I didn't really want to deep rip, but have a hard time no-tilling. So we've changed that up a little bit. My combine's getting some age. I'm going to be doing a little shopping for that. We are going to be trading up on one of our tractors. Need a little bit more horsepower. I'll be buying something used, probably in both those things. Not a big acreage farmer. It's hard for me to buy the brand new stuff, but try to catch things a couple years old. Got a little depreciation out of them. Been getting along pretty good with that. So that's kind of my plan for the year as far as equipment changes, and that always changes if something breaks or you're just having fits with something, but that's a plan for the year. Thanks.
Learn more from our friends at Xtreme Ag by logging on to agriculture.com or checking out Successful Farming Magazine.